Okay, my back pages arrangement. I do have the capo on, 3rd fret, so it could be played along with Dylan. So looking at the tab, we have the C chord, the inner 4 strings strummed down to the C. Then we're going to pick that C note, B string, 1st fret, to the A minor. Very simple change. We just move the one finger from the A string down to the G string. And we're on the A minor. Strumming the inner 4 once again, lifting up the 1st finger, playing the open B. Now we have the simple move to the E minor, which is just bringing these 2 fingers straight up, dropping the pinky on the 2nd fret of the G string for the melody note, and then the open G again, the D string, back to the G string. Okay, now the next chord is the F chord. So what I want you to keep in mind when you go to the F chord is, first of all, you don't have to play it as a full bar. You can just play it as 4 separate notes, the 4 notes that are tabbed out there, 1, 3, 3, 2. So it's going to look like this. Once again, you can bar fully if you want, but I tend not to. I'm actually just playing that low F, and then the 3rd fret of the A, 3rd fret of the D, 2nd fret of the G. I prefer not to do the full bar, and I'm just playing those 4 lower strings. So going back to the E minor, the main thing though that you want to keep in mind when you're going from this E minor to the F is to not let the hand drop. The 1st finger is already free, so that's free to come down and get that F note. But kind of focusing on the ring finger, because the ring finger is going to go from here to here when you go to the F chord. And that you want that to kind of lead the way. So as you're going to the F chord, think about bringing that ring finger right straight up into that position. You know, even go back and forth between that a few times from the E minor to the F. Because that's a chord change that might slow things down a little bit. Now once we're on that F chord, we're strumming the bottom 4, as I said, picking the G string. Now we're going to the G chord, and once again, quite easy. All we're going to do is bring the ring finger up to the G in the bass. It isn't actually a G with the capo, but we're going to call it a G. It's actually a B flat, but we'll call it a G. Now when I play this, what I'm doing is I'm playing the low G. My ring finger's kicking out the next string, the A string, and then I have the open D and the 2nd fret of the G string. So I end up with that. So once again, going back to the F, and you'll also notice that the middle finger didn't move. So I went from the F, bring the ring finger up to the G, play the open G, and then we're back to the C chord, but this time we're playing the C chord on the lower 4, so we can leave that ring finger right where it is, drop these other 2 down into the C chord and play the bottom 4. So I'm going to go back to the beginning now. We have the C chord, A minor, open, dropping down to the E minor, once again going to the F, kind of focus in on that ring finger, bring it right up, leaving the middle finger down, and back to the C chord. Now the next section pretty well starts the same. Here it's a little different. it goes back to the C chord. That lower C chord, that's actually called the second inversion. C chord. The bottom 4 strings, so we're backing up to that E minor again. And then we once again just try to keep the fingers high as you go to that C chord. You see, I'm not dropping down. Resist. A lot of people slow down, they kind of pull their hand away, reconfigure, lose everything they had, and then try to come back to it. Just target certain fingers. In this case, once again, that ring finger is going to be going down to this low G. So let that lead the way. E minor, C. After we get to that C chord, then we play the D string and the G string. Now we're going back to the F, very easy. These 3 fingers are just going to drop down a string, and we bring that first finger up to the F. Once again, I'm not playing a full bar there, I'm just playing 4 separate strings. Picking the G string, going to the E minor, and then as I go to the G chord, I leave the middle finger where it is, bring the ring finger down, play the bottom 3. Now I kind of measured this out in 4/4. It is very commonly played in 4/4. Dylan kind of did it in 6/8. So you can actually play it either way. I'll play a slow version with the 6/8 feel. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I would do in preparation for this is look at the different chord forms. Even just bring your hand through those different chord forms just to warm up. And as you're doing that, just think about compactness, minimizing movement. C, you can even just play the chords in random order. C, E minor, F, E minor, F, F, E minor. Give a lot of thought to the F chord. That, like I said, is probably going to be the area where you might tend to slow down the most. And in a couple of instances, you have to get to that F pretty quick. So you want to be able to drop into that from almost any of the other chords. And if you give some extra time to that, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we'll leave it at that for now, and we will pick up with the rest of the song soon. Bye.